YouTube. I'm Lance.
I'm Brett.
And this is RANTS R US.
The channel by fans for fans.
Today we're going to be talking about
House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon.
And this is a prequel series.
Excited or no?
Yes. Actually, I did not think I would actually be excited about this. I was, when they first come out with I think it was Blood Moon is what was going to be the first prequel series they were going to make, but they were setting it
spin-off.
Yeah, and they were going to set it like 8,000 years before the events that happened.
That's a little much.
It is
for me to keep interest like that.
It is because a lot of the house names that we know wouldn't even be there. Like
the Tyrells
the Tyrells wouldn't be there. I think the Lannisters might have shown up in it, but I don't know. I don't remember.
Probably not the Starks.
No, the Starks would have. That would have actually been a part of it. But the Tyrells and all these other families that we kind of know now would have kind of not existed at that time. So,
got you.
I'm kind of a little bit excited about this. This only takes place, what, 300 years?
300 years previous.
Previously.
And it's supposed to premiere in 2022.
And they're going into casting stage as of this very moment. They still don't know who the actors or actresses will be. So it's really kind of hard to debate whether or not, who would be right for the role. Yeah.
We don't know enough for me to judge.
I was saying they're probably going to probably do it a lot like...
do a lot of blondes.
Yeah, a lot of blondes, probably, yeah. I think that's about the only sure thing we can get right now.
Guarantee you on that one.
But, especially, because you're dealing with, Lannisters and Targaryens,
right.
So you're going to... Well, I guess white hair. I guess they're white hair and more than blonde, yeah. But you're right, you're still with Lannisters. But anyways, when it comes to this, I'm excited about it because I feel like it'll kind of answer a lot of questions that we actually have about.
I think I would be more excited if there was maybe more than just the 10 episodes guaranteed. Yeah. I don't want to get into something and then get canceled after 10 episodes.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I feel towards it. I'm kind of like when it comes to these dragon parts, I'm like, oh geez, does that mean that they're going to cut down on like the episode amount? Later on because that was the excuse.
I think focusing so much on that the cost of production is going to be kind of limited when you're having to do all this work on these dragons to make it look realistic. And so are they going to cut down to like 5 episodes a season? And that's questions that we need to be asking.
And those are logical questions because that was their main excuse.
And I don't want to watch a show where they get caught up too much on the dragon aspect of the show that it's going to take away from dialogue and it's going to take away from the story to me. And
I was not a huge fan of the dragons in Game of Thrones.
I'm not a big fan of this dragon era type that everybody gets caught up in. Dragons are cool, but they're not that cool.
That's like the White Walkers. The White Walkers, of course, they're in the books, and of course, I guess you had to have them in that.
Didn't you say
in
the books they were called?
They were called the others.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the others, and they rode.
I'm gonna read those books here soon.
And they rode giant spiders. He's a show guy. I'm more of a book guy. I enjoyed some of the characters from the book a lot more than what I enjoyed them when they were on the show, except Tyrion. I hated Tyrion in the book.
I read part of the first book, I just couldn't stick with it, but I'm going to try to stick it out and see what's up. Like,
that's the one thing everybody's like, George R.R. Martin, he's a great writer and all this, and, he is a good writer, but I feel like sometimes I read his books and it's like a chore to me.
When I started that first one, if he wasn't the type of author that got caught up too much for my liking on description, I would have been alright. You can tell me what the curtains look like in a sentence, not 3 paragraphs.
Yeah, I kind of feel like he's not very good at summarizing the area around him. I feel like he spends like 10 pages on that, 1 page on the dialogue, and I felt like that was kind of the problem that with me.
Yeah, that was the problem I had when I first started reading it, and I kind of put it down.
Now going back in time, when I was first reading the books, it seems like I enjoyed the characters a lot more, but I'm actually rereading the books now. And after seeing the show, and with Arya, taking down the Night King and all that, I don't know. I just have a serious distaste for her now. Like, I just don't like her. I liked her more in the books than what I did in the series.
But it's like what we talked about in the previous video. Was in the books there was no Night King, so that wouldn't have happened in the book, no matter what. So,
but there's still going to be the brand thing. I mean, whether there's still going to be that aspect of it. But I feel like when it comes to this House of the Dragon, I'm interested in it because we hear so much of this lore. I mean, all throughout the books, and of course, he made his own book about this.
Like I said, I just don't want to get into the show. And it turned out like it was for me with Game of Thrones. I got into the show by season 5, season 6. I was out of it. I just finished because I had already invested so much into that show that I was gonna finish it.
I felt like the showrunners kind of felt that way too, because I felt like they were like, we invested a lot into this. We're just gonna finish it,
no matter how much crap it is.
Yeah, they're just like, we just want to be done with it.
We're just trying to get to Star Wars.
And so, basically, and then that didn't work out for them.
No.
Because they made such a terrible, terrible error with the last season of Game of Thrones. But leading up to it, there were the last 2 seasons. They weren't really Tyrion focused. I felt like they should have been. I felt like, when it come to Daenerys, they could have done her a lot better. There was,
Jon Snow could have been done a lot better.
Yeah. I mean, I can give them a little bit of a pass when it comes to Daenerys for the simple fact of people say, well, there wasn't really a lead up to it. Yeah, there actually was a lead up to her going crazy. I mean, she's crucified people in the past. She's burned people alive. She's burned a whole family alive.
She's a Targaryen.
Yeah, she's a Targaryen. She has that in her.
The chances of her going crazy are pretty high to begin with.
I mean, she watched her brother have, get melted gold poured on his head, and he was a
he had it coming.
He was a horrible human being.
But it was like,
but still, that's her brother.
When that happened, there was a look on her face like she enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, I think she kind of did.
I don't know if it was necessarily the kill that she enjoyed so much, or the power she had.
I think it was the power.
Over the Iraqi, that they would do whatever she said.
I think it was the power. I think
do too.
I think that's why.
That's because at that point she didn't want the Iron Throne. But ever since then, that was her main goal.
Yeah, like I could never figure out in the books, and of course even at the beginning of Game of Thrones, it was never her real intention of actually taking back the Iron Throne. And then all of a sudden, after her brother dies, she's like, I'm going to take over it now.
Because she was the last Targaryen.
Yeah.
And she felt like
she had
that family's right.
Mm-hmm.
They got usurped. I'm going to take it back now because he's dead.
Yeah.
But you caused him to die. So I think you kind of wanted this all along. You just didn't want to say it.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know about,
I think deep in her heart, I think she did.
I don't know her mindset because I didn't read the books, but that's what I gathered from the show.
But it's kind of a power craze that she did have. And so I'm looking to see, is Rhaenyra, is she going to have this? Like, is her brother going to have? It's like, which one of these is going to be, is it going to be done?
Is it going to show them all crazy, or is it going to be like, oh, it was just the Mad King that went crazy?
And I just, my biggest worry about this is they're going to focus too much on the dragons. And what I was saying. And what they'll end up having, they'll have a 10-episode first season, and then like a 6-episode second season, and
five,
by the end of
over.
Yeah, if it goes.
Or if it even makes it that long, then we could do the 10 seasons. The 10 seasons of that's guaranteed right now could bankroll their production. Or bankrupt their production, and they're like, "Oh, we're just going to cancel."
Well, I mean, and
you never know with shows like this.
And you've got to really take in consideration of are people still so fed up with? I mean, we talk about all this with things like Star Wars. Is it time for Star Wars to go into like another movie? Well, the same with this too.
The thing with this is hopefully they're not going to be on that nostalgia kick because it's previously.
No, and I don't think the way that it ended, they will. I don't. Well, they can't go into it because it's 300 years in the past, so they can't.
previously, unless they start mentioning things that lead up
unless
to Game
Bran
of
goes
Thrones.
back. Unless Bran
goes back in time.
Would not shock me.
If they do that, I'm gonna turn it off right there.
Yeah,
I'm done.
but I feel like the one thing that will actually hurt it is the last. People still have a real bad taste in their mouth, and it's supposed to come out in 2022.
See, that's gonna be the thing. People have a bad taste in their mouth about Game of Thrones. Are they even gonna be willing to try this? Yeah. I'm gonna.
I will try it. I mean,
I'll give it a shot. I'm not saying I'm
gonna
be a big fan, but I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I'm excited about it too. I mean, I think I'm more excited about this prequel series than when I was Blood Moon, because I kind of felt like I was like, there's nothing about that really interests me, except maybe we learn a little bit more about the Children of the Forest. But would we learn more about the Night King? I don't know. See, that was the enticing part about that. But the way the White Walkers ended in the end, I'm not really that invested in seeing, their creation or.
No, I'm not. I have no ambition for that because they led up like it was going to be this big war. And it was like half a battle.
I mean, it's like, that one episode where, Jon Snow's in that wildling village, and then all of these, you see this avalanche of the dead just coming at them. And it was scary. It looked like a really good episode of what was that show that, not Dawn of the Dead, but The Living Dead? What is that show? Rise of the Living Dead or whatever that?
Yes.
Yeah, either way.
I'm drawing a blank on that one.
But when it, but anyways, it was like a really, really good zombie flick. Is a way it looked to me on that. Yeah, that show that's out, and with Rick Grimes and all that.
Oh, you talking about The Walking Dead?
Yeah, The Walking Dead. I'm not a fan of it. So
but I didn't know what you were talking about.
I was thinking, there's so much stuff when it comes to zombies. It's like you gotta pick your brain. Which one is it? Is it this one? This one? This one? I kept thinking of all these Resident Evil things and things like that.
Resident Evil, yeah.
But
that's another thing they took way too far. But
yeah, but the way I kind of look at it is, yes, I am excited. I cannot wait until they get past the casting stage where we kind of know who it's going to be.
That's what I was going to say. I think that once we know who's playing these people, we're going to be like, I can't wait to watch this. Yeah. Or maybe next year sometime, the casting be over and they'll throw us a little sneak trailer and we can see a little bit of something. I cannot
wait for the trailers on
trailers, yeah.
But, again, my biggest concern is I don't want the showrunners to use the excuse of budget as the reason why they cannot continue on with something or make less episodes.
Yeah.
And I don't want that.
Keep it consistent.
So, overall, I kind of have a little bit of hangover from Game of Thrones season.
I'm on the fence with it, but I'm going to give it a shot.
Yeah, I will definitely give it a shot. I'm excited. This is the first time I've been excited about Game of Thrones in, I don't know, 2 years. I mean, it's been
the first time I've been even semi-excited since season 4.
Ever since Tywin, ever since Tyrion killed Tywin, that was about the last. I mean, that was about, or Joffrey's death. That was Joffrey's death.
I watched that on repeat.
Yeah, Joffrey's death was my thing. I love that.
I watched it in slow motion.
It was
I hated that.
That's how you know that you have a really great bad guy.
I can't even think of the actor's name right now.
I can't either.
But I think he's a great actor.
He is a very great. I hated him.
And that's what he's supposed to do. He was supposed to make us hate him.
And I did not realize how great he was and how great Tywin was of villains until the end of that show. And after their death, I was like, oh my goodness,
Jamie Lannister is a good actor too, because I was a roller coaster ride with me for Jamie. I hated him, I loved him. I hated him, I loved him.
But then at the end, it just went.
Yeah, they didn't.
They didn't end it the way it should have. I hate these shows when they try to take too many left turns, but they forget to actually make something good. They just try to cause it to be kind of like they're diverting your expectations Basically, is what
that's what that whole show was. They
say.
were like, we're gonna make you think this is good, and we're gonna turn it into crap.
Yeah, basically.
And you just
that was the whole seventh season. Yeah.
You've been watching it for this long.
I mean, it's like
we know you're gonna take it, and I feel like that way with even the sequels on Star Wars. That was the same thing. Oh, Star Wars fans are so loyal. They'll just take it. They'll just no matter what, just because it says Star Wars.
I mean, it's like the starship, going into hyperdrive.
I hope that this is a really good show, and I hope it's something I can get into.
Yeah. And I just don't want the showrunners to change the rules halfway in. Like,
we'll just have to wait and see.
I want them to stay true to the Kanan material, and if they can do that, I really think we're gonna have a really good series. I'm really looking forward to it.
We'll have to wait and see. That's yet to be seen.
So, guys, if y'all like our videos, don't forget to subscribe and send us a comment. And you can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook now. Don't forget to look up RANTS R US. Y'all take care, guys.